Well, you know it's bad when you're at the lobby bar at the Encore and you got yourself a free drink as a consolation prize. Well, before I get into the story of what happened at the roulette wheel, which started out pretty entertaining. Shut up, are you serious? No. No. Let's touch on 3 money lessons that today really reiterated to me, because what happened here makes me prefer these 3 money lessons over this any day. And stay tuned to the end to see what happened. The first lesson that I learned about money, especially investing my money and making a whole lot more money, is that if it ain't easy, that is, if it isn't super stupid proof, I don't want to do it. And if you think this video is just gonna be about me giving you 3 hypothetical scenarios or tell you to go invest in index funds, then go skinny dipping for pennies in this nasty pool here behind me and unsub. See, my goal is always to share practical advice, and one of the most practical things that I've learned is if I have to have a second job, a third job, a side hustle, and I have to wake up every single day and go do my hobby that's supposed to make me money, yet it's really turning into another grind, then at some point, I just don't want to do that. There has to be an easier way to make money. So lesson number 1 I learned, if making extra money or making really good extra money isn't easy or stupid proof, it ain't gonna happen. So number 1, we know not to sit on a ledge that looks really comfortable to sit on. It's probably wet. Actually, number 1, we know that we want something to be as easy as placing a bet on red or black. But it's not gonna be index funds, so what is it? Well, the second lesson is, much like when you get to the end of a game of Jenga, it has to be sexy. And look, I know that might sound crazy because Lauren tells me and reminds me every single time I say that Kevin, don't use that word to relate it to finances. But the bottom line is, if things aren't easy and things aren't fun and like juicy and invigorating and like something you could talk about, if you can't tell a story about it, if you can't share your experiences with somebody else, I can't believe this happened, or wow, this happened, then it's not fun. Well, that's where the third trick comes in. You have to be able to turn this into an automatic kind of game. That is something where it's kind of like you look forward to the next level every time you do it. You're like, all right, what am I gonna do to get to that next level? What stories am I gonna be able to tell after I go through this one? Because every time you go to a different level, it's kind of like you're doing the same thing, except you're actually experiencing something totally different every single time. And now, how the heck can these 3 things relate to money? Well, of course, just place it on black. Okay, I wish it were that black and white, but here it is. Man, that's a big ad. But hey, I gotta give them props. Gotta support the ads. So what is it? What is that one thing that is going to incorporate all 3 of these money lessons? What is the one thing that's going to be so easy for you to do that you can't really have an excuse not to do it? How can you automate it? How can you make it regular? And how can you make it sexy and engaging and fun and then gamify it? Number 1, it's gotta be easy, right? Well, how about automatically increasing your net worth every single month and having your investment pay you every single month, plus not having to pay taxes, possibly now, and on the growth of what you're putting your money into? Ever. That is, you might never have to pay taxes on the money you make here. That sounds pretty dang easy to me. But the second thing was, it had to be exciting. It had to be new. Well, what if every time you started a new project, you were able to go through exciting and new experiences that gave you stories to share with your friends and family about how great this new investment was? And there's got to be the feeling of the chase too, right? I guess that's kind of related to things like alcohol, coffee, or I guess even girls or boys for that matter. And then it's got to be automatic, because everybody tells us if it's not automatic, we ain't gonna do it. Well, there's only one thing that fits all of these 3 criteria. Yes, spinning the roulette wheel and me showing you what happened after I spun the roulette wheel is one of those solutions. But it's one that's not very consistent, which I guess could be a 4th rule, but let's just stick to the 3 for now. Consistency is also very important. The answer is, you need to buy real estate. You need to replace your landlord. You need to kick them to the curb. You got to get rid of all the myths and beliefs that you have about real estate giving you lower returns than stocks, because they're wrong. Real estate, especially when you utilize safer forms of leverage, performs way better than stocks, performs way better than index funds, and real estate is the reason I went from having a negative $10,000 net worth to having a net worth in the multi-million-dollar range. And I'm only 27 years old. And it's not even as hard as chess. In fact, to me, not only is it really easy because I'm lazy and I can spend more time talking about it than I actually have to spend working with my tenants because it's easy, but it's also a game to me. Every time I find a new deal, I go through the chase. I find a new deal that instantly increases my net worth. That's what I call wedge deals. That's really exciting to me. And there are always stories related to placing new tenants and renovations and crazy things that you find and budget for. You know, I'm not saying be careless and go into a property and blindfolded and go, oh my gosh, I didn't know I'd have to replace the roof. That's like the most classic thing you hear people say. Oh, well, you don't want to own real estate because what if you have to replace the roof? You didn't think you could figure that out beforehand and budget for it or negotiate it off the price? Come on. So it's super easy. I get excited about it, and guess what? It's the most automatic thing you can think of, because what does everybody do every single month? They pay for a roof over their heads. So when you start with a place to live, you replace your landlord, boom, you've unlocked the world of real estate. Now, take this conventional wisdom that no realtor is ever gonna tell you and turn it on its head. Never sell your real estate. Wait 27 years before you even think the thought. You'll know why later. And if you're just not quite sure how to take the next step, don't feel bad. I do have a real estate investing course, but it's totally optional. You could watch my videos here on YouTube, but if you join the course, know that you'll get over 350 structured lectures for real estate investing, and you get me personally in live streams twice per week where I personally answer your questions and help you analyze your deals. Oh, also the 22% off coupon code 10x the Fed does end September 30th. Oh, and by the way, if you're worried about melting like a Hershey Kiss in Vegas during the summer, or well, pretty much most months out of the year, then you're doing real estate all wrong. Most people who go bankrupt in real estate screw up financing royally. Thanks 2008 recession for making that very clear. So to me, the path of real estate was always a lot easier, a lot more automated, a lot more fun and entertaining than any other investment vehicle that I've ever seen. Hopefully this 3 styles of perspective gives you some excitement about real estate. And if you have any questions, ask down below as to what's keeping you skeptical. But in the meantime, let's see how that bet turned out. I can't look.
Yes, last minute black.
Shut up. Are you serious? No. No. What? What?
I thought it was red. I was like, fuck.
What do I want to do now?
Statistically, right now, black is a bit higher.
Man, I don't care about no statistics. I gotta go double or nothing.
Oh my god.
Double zero. Could you imagine you had 200 double zero? 36x.
All right, folks, so you just saw what happened here. That's all said and done. Now what do I recommend to you? Get out there and consider buying some real estate. I know there are so many objections, and I can tell you as a real estate broker, I've heard every single objection that there is. And I can tell you, A, don't sue me, and B, I have a way to help you probably look at real estate a different way in which you've never looked at real estate before. And it's a way that could probably make you pretty dang wealthy. Because usually, and here's a takeaway for you, the only people who don't like real estate are the people who don't own any real estate. Consider that. In the meantime, make sure to follow me on Instagram, and until next time. Jeremy, what happened here?
We lost all our money.
Well, we threw in an extra $100 because we thought we could make it happen. Like, we thought we could have a happy ending and make the money back.
They said something about a happy ending, and Kevin put in $100, and it was a sad ending, pretty much.
So Nate's winning, but I'm losing. This is how it works, isn't it? Jeez, man. It's official. Nate is having such a winning streak on craps that now he wants to one-up me and go 100 in on black, on roulette. $120.
This
was example money. Only example money. I never gamble, ever, never will. Except for this time. Yeah, this was to show everybody a lesson. Never go to Vegas and never gamble.
I concur.